Hi, I'm Chris from Fully Charged Guildford. This is the Benno Boost. So this bike has got the Bosch system. It's got a Purion display, which is the small fixed screen on the left with the controls built in. The power button for this one is on the top here, and the display shows the speed at the top and the battery level at the bottom. In the middle, you can see the level of assistance that we're in at the moment. The plus and a minus will change the level of assistance. So turbo will give you the most power. If you press the minus, you can go down to eco, which will give you less assistance but more range from the battery. One more press will turn the motor assistance off but keep the system on, so things like the lights and the speed will still be working. If you press a long press on the plus, you can toggle the lights on and off. You see the little symbol disappear there. If we give it another long press, it'll come back. That operates both the front and the rear lights at the same time. A long press on the minus will change the display in the middle of the screen, and it will go through a cycle of trip distance, total distance, your range, that's how many miles are left in the tank, and then back to your assistance level. The other feature that all Bosch bikes have is called Walk Assist. On this one, you press the button on the bottom of the display to initiate it. It'll say Walk Plus. When you hold down the plus, it'll move the bike at walking pace. As soon as you release that button, it'll stop powering the bike. But it's very useful if you're somewhere where you perhaps can't cycle, or you just need a bit of help pushing the bike along, especially if you have some cargo or passengers on board. So on this bike, you can charge the battery on or off the bike. On the bike, you've got a charging port just under the rubber cover there. Off the bike, you just turn the key, it releases the battery, and then you can charge it directly on there. Batteries generally prefer to not have extremes of temperature, so if the bike is going to be left in low temperatures for any length of time, it's best to remove the battery and to bring it indoors. Also, if it's in direct sunlight, ideally it's not happy and would prefer to be somewhere not so hot, so just try and avoid extremes. So on this bike, height adjustment of the seat is via these two clamp bolts here. So I have just loosened those off. You can then move the seat obviously up or down. You do need to note that there is a minimum insert level, which is just there on this one. So the highest point you can have the seat is just about there. So this bike is fitted with derailleur gears. They can only be changed while you're pedaling, so you can't do it when you're stationary. To change down, it's on the lever there on your thumb, and to change up, it's the lever behind on your index finger. So the Benno Boost can carry two children, and in this setup, we've got the rail going around the outside and the footboards there. There are two seat pads here, and they are simply Velcroed on, so they come off really easily. So that is for slightly older children that don't need a dedicated child seat. So this is a Tula child seat. You can fit two of these onto the Benno, and they simply clamp onto the rails of the carrier, and you just turn this lever to pull the clamps in. I will show it fitted in a moment. To undo the clamps, you do the reverse with the dial, but you press the button in at the back. And incidentally, this button can be locked with a key that comes with the seat to help prevent it being removed by somebody that shouldn't. One other point to note on this seat is you've got a safety strap here. It's a backup, so you put the strap around the frame or the carrier, and it just gives you a bit of extra security, and in the event of the worst case, the seat will remain attached to the bike. So the seats come with adjustable foot rests. If you just release the lever there, you can move it up and down on the preset points. And once you've got that low, the kids are probably getting too big to fit in these seats. But if they're quite small and their legs are short, you can get the footrest quite a long way up. There are also straps which go over the foot and keep their little feet in place when they're on the bike. So they're really pretty secure once they're in place. So it's quite a tight fit getting two of these seats on, but they will go in there. So we've got the back one on. The front one just tightens up like so. Make sure that's on there nice and tightly. Don't forget the strap on the front will go around there, and then you're ready to go. The other thing when you've got your passengers on board is to make sure you do up the seat belts so they work like so. You can pop them in one side at a time, and you can tighten the straps at the top just so that they're a snug fit on their shoulders, and then everybody's happy.